I'd like to thank everybody for checking out my channel. Today's video is on the One Commandment. The One Commandment is pretty much all you will ever need. Get this down and your karma will soar. Thou shalt not invoke thine will on another. This simply means leaving others alone in every conceivable negative way. None of the following are healthy attributes: manipulation, stalking, backstabbing, lying, lies by omission, smear campaigns, bearing false witness, setups, thieving, physical violence, mental abuse, putting others down, gossip and spreading rumors, whether false or personal, criticizing negatively or consistently, jealous and envious reasons for bringing others down or trying to destroy their lives, and certainly anything illegal that goes well beyond anything mentioned here. I'm sure there are more, but we all know what fair means. In life, you play it fair and you keep your karma clean. Stay out of everybody's business. It's not that difficult to do. This all comes down to common respect. If you don't have a standard of common respect, empathy, and compassion for others, there's something very seriously wrong with you that needs to get checked out in therapy. When in therapy, we can only get better if we tell the truth. All issues must be properly identified in order to fix them. For example, we don't go to the mechanic with a bad alternator and ask them to check out the back wheels. There's literally no point showing up for therapy to hide who you really are. Telling the truth is the only way to properly identify and cure the issues. This is basically what people mean by the term shadow work. Get in and do your shadow work. That means that you're pulling all the negative seeds out before they bleed out into the world and start affecting and damaging others. Your problems aren't the problems of everybody else. Your problems are your problems. Your problems are your responsibility to fix. Remember that obsessing over others that have done you no wrong is very toxic behavior. That is all generally based in jealousy and envy. You will never be great if your only goal is to bring others down. It's in focusing on your own life that you'll be able to align with your path and attract all of the wonderful things that your path has in store for you. You can't bring the entire world down, and there's no greatness in negative works. In order to become the best version of yourself, you absolutely need to be an active participant in your own life. Choose to build a strong, positive character, and you will invite prominent frequency upgrades into your very own existence. Stick to your path, your goals, your aspirations, and get the job done. We have the duality in life that requires adherence to not only treating our personal selves in a healthy manner, but also treating the community around us with respect. How do you know you're on the right path in this required endeavor? It's simple. Live in truth. We all know what our true intentions are in every situation. Make them beneficial by aligning yourself with good karma at all times. Be authentic. Be a good person. This alone promises you great gains in your soul's growth. The flip side of the One Commandment is the spiritual side. How does that work? Well, to start, when we come into this physical incarnation or existence that we call our life, we all come in with our own unique, agreed-to life path. We do this to ensure our soul's growth. This is carried out here at Earth School, bound by our own soul contract between ourself and the divine. This means all of divinity. This divinity includes all of the collective consciousness and whatever the divine order fully encompasses. The collective consciousness is our world population and likely many more souls that have passed well before us. Once we decide upon this current learning modality, otherwise known as our life, the agreement sends us here to Earth, which is currently designed as a mathematical, karmic law-based existence. As we walk along our path, we are designed to constantly align with life lessons that fit perfectly with our current mathematically precise and unique energetic frequency level. If you have ever heard the term, God will only give you what you can handle, mathematical karma is precisely what they are referencing. You see, We're governed at our own current state of being in mathematical precision-based perfection. The law of karma is designed to guide us through our life lessons. The karma part is the ultimate motivator. It works similar to a slow heat that progressively gets hotter. The quicker you identify the lesson and move beyond it, the less motivation you will need to complete the lesson. The only problem is that most people are either unaware and in disbelief, or they're stubborn and insistent upon learning the hard way. As we stick to our lessons, we learn new perspectives. Upgraded perspectives are the true precious jewels of this existence. In fact, new ascended perspective levels are what we came here to accumulate and assimilate into our character, otherwise known as our energetic frequency. From our point of inception, we are granted free will. Now, to be clear, free will does not mean that we can run around like children and do whatever we want to do. In fact, it has never meant that. At some point in our lives, we come to realize that there are real-world consequences for our actions. Negative consequences are the result of negative actions or dealings in the physical. A negative example of this would be cheating on people whenever you feel like it and getting caught by the last person in the world that you would want to lose. Most people in this type of situation would generally walk away as the consequence of the cheating behavior. The spiritual side of this obviously doesn't align due to personal energetic effort mathematics, meaning reciprocal adherence and effort to the relationship, and not allowing the person being cheated on to invoke their own free will. Nobody can make a fair and just decision without knowing all of the details. If somebody is secretly cheating, that is 100% in opposition to the one commandment. Each person needs to understand everything up front and above the table in order to make their own fair and just decision for their own life. This is karmic law. A positive example of consequences for actions would be working out and eating right, which leads to a better self-image, positive energy, self-sacrifice, stronger goals-based mentality, physicality, and spirituality, clearly documented beneficial physical health metrics, and many do it to look better, feel better, and attract the optimal level of desired romantic partner options. The light side effects. If we utilize our free will to choose to positively align with our life path, we can expect more positive life experiences. We do this through balance, responsibility, and truth. Now, this does not mean a life of zero hardships. In fact, the higher levels you reach will surely test you in every conceivable way. That is precisely where the needed balance comes in. We are required to do the best we can with what we've got. It all comes down to our mind control over our own actions. What we do, we are in frequency. That doesn't mean that only what people know about matters. There's no faking out your mathematical frequency level. That's like being able to fake yourself out. It isn't possible. This is a common misconception. The divine sees everything from our physical actions down to our own private thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions. We are here to align with the divine plan through our agreed-to life contract on this planet by following our divine life path. Nothing is hidden. We are mathematical beings on this planet. This is done so the right people, places, and circumstances can be properly aligned through divine timing. The dark side effects. Taking a soul off their divine contract is all about playing God in another person's life. Being manipulative invokes control over another. It creates an unfair disadvantage to a person's entire existence. This obviously banks every single effort towards the cheating, including the act itself, into the cheater's karmic account. Karma is designed to motivate a person to remove excess or misplaced aggression, greed, gluttony, laziness, addiction, dishonesty, manipulation, etc. We are divine consciousness in temporary earthbound bodies. There's no need for gods, and you assuredly didn't come here to play God in anybody else's life either. We are responsible to become responsible for ourselves as real adults. We are required to understand and adhere to acting appropriately towards others. This is not a suggestion or merely an option. In fact, you will pay karma within this lifetime, as well as seating yourself on the reincarnation wheel indefinitely while coming to terms with this fact. The sooner you learn the rules of the game, the better. The karma you're earning eventually gets paid. This is where we get the term reaping what you sow. The spiritual rules to the game are designed to be simple in a physical existence because we are here to experience this lesson in physical form. This is why we choose to fully immerse ourselves into our current life. The number one rule is truth. The truth is the frequency of the divine. We are all divine frequencies purposely sent to this physical realm for the purpose of learning and returning as ascended frequency matches to higher levels than which we arrived. Therefore, our agreement is to become living embodiments of the truth in the physical to align with our future ascended consciousness. We are learning in order to divinely ascend. Think of ascending from the kids' table to the adults' table. This requires many years of maturing to accomplish. We all have to earn our own ascension jump and soul graduation into a higher frequency realm. Nobody can ascend your soul for you. Every single thing we do matters, and everything we do is our responsibility. Always remember the boomerang that we throw in every single action we take returns to us in mathematical equivalence. We all pay our karmic debt. Our goal is to seek balance and positive efforts. This is the path of peace for our souls. Value yourself and value others fairly. Do not impede nor harm them deliberately. If accidents happen, accept responsibility and fix it. And if you actually do wrong somebody deliberately, accept responsibility and fix that as well. Every single thing you do matters, and you are eternally responsible for yourself. The one commandment requires us to treat others 100% fair and just. Being honest and truthful is mandatory for our soul's ascension. Living in truth and fairness is how we align with our divine life path. Truth is law. Truth is the root of existence in everything. The truth is the frequency of the divine. If you enjoyed this video, please check out my book and my website. The book is called Truth, the Frequency of the Divine, and my website is guardianspiritualadvisor.com. And if you want to help out, I have the donation tab available as well. I'd like to thank everybody for checking it out.